Arjun was 25 years old, but for his age, he had seen more than his share of life's upheavals. He often wondered why he had to endure so much suffering when others his age seemed to glide through life with ease. His deep desire to understand the mystery of karma and to live a righteous life gravitated the grace of a sage into his life. It happened unexpectedly in a beautiful village by the side of the river Ganges. As soon as Arjun spotted the sage, he felt a pull. The sage, sensing his need, invited him to sit by the river bank. Together, they gazed at the gentle flow of the Ganges, but Arjun could barely contain his questions. Without hesitation, he asked the sage why his life was filled with so many ups and downs. The sage started by explaining briefly that our actions from past lives influence our present circumstances. But Arjun pressed for more. He needed a deeper understanding. Seeing Arjun's thirst for knowledge, the sage said, "You see, Arjun, life is like this river. It's constantly moving. Our lives are shaped by the currents of our actions. The flowing water reflects the present moment, while the depths of the river symbolize past actions and the possibilities of the future." And then the sage explained, Prarabdha karma refers to the portion of karma that has already begun to manifest in our lives, much like the current of this river. There are two types, Arjun, Dridha or fixed prarabdha and Adridha, flexible prarabdha. Dridha prarabdha is like the strong current of a river. It's unalterable in this life. It's karma that we must endure, such as significant life events like birth, death, or illnesses. On the other hand, Adridha prarabdha is more flexible, Arjun, like a gentle current that can be altered with effort and conscious action. This type of karma allows for change. What this means is that through our choices, devotion, and other spiritual practices, we can influence the direction of our lives. Then Arjun asked, "Can you give me an example, revered sage?" The sage said, "Yes, sure. Take the life of King Harishchandra, a righteous king whose story appears in various ancient texts. Due to a curse from the sage Vikramaditya in a past life, Harishchandra had to endure great suffering. The curse was tied to a past life conflict between Harishchandra and Vikramaditya. The sage Vikramaditya, who's known for his intense austerities and spiritual power, had once been insulted by Harishchandra. This happened either through a minor oversight or due to the king unintentionally offending the sage's ego. In response, Vikramaditya cursed Harishchandra that led him to face extreme trials in his next life. So Arjun, the curse destined Harishchandra to endure immense suffering despite being a just and righteous king. He lost his kingdom, his wealth, his family, and was forced into servitude as a cremation ground worker. This suffering was his Dridha prarabdha, fixed and unavoidable. Do you get it, Arjun? However, his response to this suffering, his unwavering commitment to truth and dharma, became part of his Adridha prarabdha. Through his actions, he influenced his circumstances that ultimately led to his freedom and reunion with his family. Harishchandra's story teaches us how Adridha prarabdha can be altered through virtuous deeds, while Dridha prarabdha must be accepted and endured with grace. So Arjun, now I am going to tell you about Sanchita karma, the riverbed's hidden stones. Do you remember this analogy I gave you, Arjun? Then the sage spoke of Sanchita karma, the accumulated actions from all past lives, lying dormant in the riverbed like hidden stones. Then the sage said, "These karmas may not impact your current life, but still form part of your karmic legacy, waiting for the right moment to influence your journey. Although you may not experience their fruits now, your actions in this life add to the store of Sanchita karma. They are like the bank account where you save your money." The sage shared the story of Vikramaditya, a legendary king known for his wisdom and valor. Now, this is the story that sage told Arjun. In a past life, he ruled with justice and integrity but faced his downfall due to an ill-timed decision that cost his kingdom dearly. Despite his wisdom and good intentions, Vikramaditya made a hasty choice that led to devastating consequence for his kingdom. Vikramaditya was tricked by his enemies or measled by false information that caused him to either make an alliance or start a war that weakened his empire. His downfall was not because of malice, Arjun, but because the decision was made without fully considering the long-term impact. Arjun, see how even great leaders can suffer from karmic consequences due to timing or incomplete understanding. Okay, now let's return to his Sanchit karma that included both the positive and negative consequences of countless lifetimes. In his subsequent life, he was born as a humble but noble individual. He often faced challenges that tested his moral character and decision-making abilities. This new life was not filled with the luxuries of royalty, but was rich in experiences that cultivated wisdom and growth. Vikramaditya's Sanchit karma enabled him to possess the innate qualities of leadership and wisdom, Arjun. The Sanchit karma guided his actions in this life. He sought to right the wrongs of his past using his knowledge to serve others and cultivate a sense of justice in the world around him. In the times of trials, he learned to rely on his virtues that reinforced the lessons from his previous life and built a new legacy through righteous deeds. And now, Arjun, let's talk about kriyaman karma. What are the kriyaman karmas? The actions of the present. So, finally we arrive at kriyaman karma, the actions we take in the present moment, Arjun. I am repeating so that you remember. This karma is like the currents we create through our thoughts, words and deeds. Arjun, remember, kriyaman karma means present karmas, and how we create present karmas? Through words, thoughts and deeds. Well, let's correct the order. Through thoughts, words and deeds. Arjun, every choice we make sends ripples into the river of life. It influences not only our future, but the future of others as well. The sage offered a relevant story from Mahabharata. He said, Dhritarashtra, the blind king of Hastinapur, serves as an example of how kriyaman karma operates, Arjun. His favoritism towards his sons, particularly Duryodhan, and his decisions during the great war of Kurukshetra were the results of his kriyaman karma. His attachment to power and refusal to heed the advice of wise counsel intensified his suffering. It shows how our current choices matter deeply, Arjun. And now I am going to tell you Sita's story, which is a great lesson in prarabdha and Sanchit karma. Listen attentively, Arjun. The sage then shared another tale from the Ramayana. He began, Sita, the wife of Lord Rama, endured immense suffering during her life. Her abduction by Ravana and her subsequent trials were a part of her prarabdha karma, Arjun, but the seeds of this karma lay in a past life when she was known as Vedavati, a woman devoted to chastity. Ravana in that life had attempted to dishonor her that led her to curse him before her death. This curse set the foundation of her rebirth as Sita, and the encounter with Ravan set a ground for her prarabdha karma. Despite her suffering, Sita's unwavering faith and purity helped her transcend her karma. This shows how one can face prarabdha with grace, Arjun. I gave you another example, I hope you remember. The sage paused to allow Arjun to absorb the wisdom. And then he added, Arjun, now you understand how our kriyaman karma, the actions we take today, weave into the fabric of our sanchit karma to create a legacy that influences our prarabdha. Each thought, each word, Each deed becomes threads in this fabric to shape our destiny. This cycle is powerful. Our present choices are shaped by past karmas, and our current thoughts and actions determine our future experiences. So, the sage concluded, the river of karma flows in a continuous loop. Our kriyaman karma creates waves in the river and influences the sanchit karma we carry from previous lives, and in turn, this accumulated karma shapes the prarabdha we must navigate in this life. It's a dance of cause and effect, a rhythm of action and consequence. Arjun reflected on what the sage just said. That while the past shapes us, the present is a powerful force in shaping the future. The river of karma flowed on, a continuous journey shaped by both the seen and unseen. Now Arjun still had some questions. He began asking them. If you are still listening to the story, please listen to this question answer session carefully. They are for us too. So Arjun began. Sage, I still feel a bit lost regarding my karmic journey. How can I distinguish between my Dridha karma and Adridha karma? The sage replied, a wise question, Arjun. Dridha karma is like a mountain, unyielding and fixed. It signifies certain unavoidable experiences in your life where your path is set. It's set in stone. For instance, if a river is calm, it may be easy for you to cross. However, if it is turbulent, you may face greater challenges that you cannot easily navigate. And this is what Arjun said, rather asked. And what about Adridha karma? How is it different? And sage replied, Adridha karma is more fluid, Arjun. It is like a gentle stream that can change direction based on immediate choices. It signifies experiences that are not set in stone. For example, in difficult times, if you come across a kind stranger who offers to help, your reaction, that is, whether you accept the help or decline it, will influence your experience and outcomes. Arjun said, that makes sense, but how can I really know which karmas I am dealing with in my life? Sage replied, regularly engage in introspection to assess your responses to life events, Arjun. Persistent challenges often tie back to Dridha karma. Remember, I'm repeating, persistent challenges often tie back to Dridha karma. They indicate deep-rooted lessons you must learn. You must learn, Arjun. They are deep-rooted lessons. In contrast, unfixed karmas may show variability in experiences based on your choices and reactions. Arjun, reflect on your emotional responses to understand your karmic patterns. Practice this reflection daily, Arjun. This will really help you. I will do this, revered sage. Thank you for suggesting it. And then Arjun asked, so my current actions shape my karmas too. Am I right? How does this fit into the larger picture of my past and future? Sage replied, exactly, your kriyaman karma, those actions you take in the present, interweaves with your sanchit karma, which is the accumulation of all your past actions. Together, they shape your prarabdha karma, the destined experience of your future life. It could manifest in this life too. This cyclic relationship means your current thoughts, words, and deeds will influence both your present and future circumstances. And then Arjun said, I see now, it's all interconnected. Thank you, sage, for illuminating this complex path of karma. Revered sage, please tell me, is it possible to remain unaffected by adverse prarabdha? The sage said, to remain unaffected by adverse prarabdha, you must also remain unaffected by favorable prarabdha. It's the same mind that reacts to both, Arjun. And Arjun asked, how can I stay uninfluenced by my prarabdha, sage? Sage said, there are only two ways. You can either surrender your will, your entire life, to the Almighty, or you can remain consistently anchored in the Atma, your true self. One path is surrender through devotion called Bhakti Yoga, and the other is self-realization through knowledge known as Jnana Yoga. But Arjun, these two paths merge. They are not separate, they are one. And then Arjun asked, "Where should I begin, sage?" And sage thought for a bit and then said, "Start by purifying your mind. This means freeing yourself from the mental patterns and scars you have carried from past lives, the ones that influence your present." Then Arjun asked, "How do I do that, sage?" And this is what sage said. Observe your thoughts as they arise and notice how they shape your perceptions of events and people. It requires a lot of practice and patience, Arjun. And you must be a neutral witness. Don't judge or criticize yourself. Don't get affected by it. Watch your thoughts and patterns as if you are watching a scenery from a train. But then, Arjun, that's not enough. You need to fill your mind with the remembrance of the divine. So remember the divine constantly. Chant the holy names that resonate with you. Combine these practices, Arjun. After pausing for a bit, the sage said, "Let's end our talk here. You have been given the understanding you needed, Arjun." And he smiled and said, "And remember, help will come when you need it, as long as you remain sincere on your journey." God bless you.